I didn't make my first $1 million until I was in my late 30 seconds. I didn't become a billionaire until I was nearly 70. You want to know the difference between the man I was then and the man I am now? It's not what you think. I stopped trying to be brilliant. That's it. I just focused, with every ounce of my being, on not being an idiot. Everyone, especially everyone under the age of 30, is searching for a secret, a magic formula, the perfect career path, the one life-changing connection, the stock that will go to the moon. They're looking for the right thing to do. Let me tell you something. There is no secret. There is no magic formula. There is only a very short list of colossally stupid things to avoid. The entire game of life and wealth isn't won by making a few brilliant moves. It's won by consistently, fanatically avoiding catastrophic mistakes. I've sat on boards and watched brilliant people with IQs you couldn't even measure, destroy themselves. They destroy their careers, their finances, their entire lives. And it's almost always for the same handful of reasons. Today, I'm going to give you the 3 hard truths they failed to learn. These aren't suggestions. They are the fundamental laws of reality that you must accept before you turn 30. Get this wrong, and I promise you, you will wake up at 40 inches a life you resent, a decade behind where you should be, wondering what the hell happened. If you're guilty of just 2 of these, you're already on the slow, painful path to mediocrity. So listen closely. Hard truth number 1, you are waiting for passion to guide your career. This is a complete and utter fantasy. It's a lie sold to you by people who want to sell you self-help books and online courses. The idea that you should float through life, waiting for some divine calling to strike you like lightning, is not only wrong, it's profoundly dangerous. This idea makes me sick, because it gives you an excuse to be lazy. It gives you an excuse to be unreliable. You miss a deadline and you say, well, I just wasn't feeling inspired. You quit a job after 6 months and say, it just wasn't my passion. I, on the other hand, never once looked for passion. Not once. I looked for opportunity. I looked for a place where I could be useful, where I could be reliable, where I could learn something. You know what I discovered? Passion isn't the cause of success. It is the result of competence. When you get really, really good at something, you start to enjoy it. When people start to rely on you and respect you for your skill, you develop a deep satisfaction in your work. That satisfaction, that's what you people are calling passion. You have the cause and effect completely backward. Look at history. Think of the thousands of brilliant artists, poets, and musicians who died penniless and miserable. They were overflowing with passion, but they couldn't manage their finances. They couldn't deal with clients. They couldn't show up on time. They were brilliant, but they were not reliable. Now think of the boring accountant, the plumber, the dentist. Do you think your dentist is passionate about scraping plaque off your teeth? Probably not, but he shows up every day. He does the job with competence. He sends the bill. He gets paid. He invests his money. And over 30 years, he builds a life of freedom and security that the passionate artist could only dream of. The world is run by the reliable, not the passionate. You people are insane. You'll spend weeks agonizing over your true calling or your life's purpose. But you show up 5 minutes late to a meeting. You'll spend hours watching motivational videos on YouTube. But you haven't delivered the report that was due last Friday. You're like a man who wants to be a world-class chef, but refuses to wash the dishes. The work is in washing the dishes. The success, the passion, comes from decades of washing the damn dishes. So here is your new rule, the dentist test. Before you take any job or start any project, ask yourself, Could I do this every day for 10 years, even on the days I hate it? Not because you're passionate, but because you are a professional. Because you are reliable. If the answer is no, don't do it. Find something you can be consistent at. Here's your homework. For the next 30 days, your only goal is this. Do everything you said you would do, exactly when you said you would do it, to the exact standard you promised. No excuses. No, I wasn't feeling it. Just be a machine of reliability. That single habit will put you ahead of 90% of your peers who are still waiting for their muse to arrive. Hard truth number 2. You are specializing too early. You're becoming a man with a hammer, and to you, every problem in the world looks like a nail. This is the fast track to obsolescence. It's intellectual suicide. The modern education system and corporate ladder are designed to do this to you. They push you into a narrow little box. You become the marketing guy, or the software engineer, or the finance analyst. You spend 10,000 hours becoming an expert in one tiny sliver of reality. And you think this is a strength. It's not. It's a catastrophic weakness. I never wanted to be the world's best at any one thing. I wanted to build a latticework of mental models in my head. I wanted to understand the big, powerful ideas from all the important disciplines. Psychology, history, physics, biology, mathematics, because the world is not a single discipline problem. The most complex and rewarding challenges in life, in business, in investing, in relationships are multidisciplinary. If you only have one tool, you are fundamentally crippled. The greatest case study in history is long-term capital management. In the 1,990 seconds, this was a hedge fund run by the smartest guys in the room. Literally. It had 2 Nobel Prize-winning economists on its board. They had PhDs in physics and finance. They had the most sophisticated financial models the world had ever seen. They were the ultimate specialists. They had a financial hammer, and they saw the global market as one big, predictable nail. But they didn't know a damn thing about psychology. They didn't understand the biology of fear and herd behavior. So when a small crisis hit in Russia, their models broke. Panic took over, and their perfect system vaporized, almost taking the entire global financial system down with it. The specialists got wiped out. You're doing the same thing, just on a smaller scale. You've read 5 books on your specific coding language, but you haven't read a single book on sales or human persuasion. How can you possibly build a successful product if you don't understand the person you're building it for? You've mastered the intricacies of your company's marketing software, but you haven't read a single biography of a great historical leader. How can you expect to lead a team? You're trying to build a skyscraper by only studying how to make a perfect brick with no understanding of architecture, soil mechanics, or basic physics. You are doomed to fail. Here is your new rule. The interdisciplinary explanation. Before you make any major decision, a career change, a big investment, a strategic choice for your business, you must be able to explain your reasoning using core principles from at least 3 different disciplines. For example, I am taking this job because, economically, it provides a 20% salary increase. Psychologically, it leverages the principle of social proof by aligning me with a high-status company. And historically, companies in this sector have shown resilience during economic downturns. If you can't do that, you don't understand the problem well enough. Your homework is simple. Go to a university bookstore or website, find the syllabus for a 101 level course in a subject you know nothing about. Psychology 101, Biology 101, World History 101. Buy the main textbook and read it cover to cover. Don't skim, take notes. Your goal isn't to become an expert. Your goal is to acquire a new, powerful tool for your mental toolbox so you can stop trying to fix every problem with the same damn hammer. Hard truth number 3. You are trying to network your way to success. This is the most pathetic and backward approach imaginable. You're going to coffee chats. You're building your personal brand on social media. You're collecting connections on LinkedIn like they're trading cards, hoping that one of them will be a golden ticket. It's a complete and total waste of time. It's repellent. Let me tell you the single most powerful idea I know. It's the golden rule of life and career. The surest way to get what you want is to deserve what you want. It's such a simple idea. It's so obvious. And yet, almost everyone ignores it. They're all trying to find a shortcut. If you want to have a great spouse, the surest way is to be a great spouse. If you want to work with talented, high-integrity people, the surest way is to become a talented, high-integrity person. Competence and character are magnets. They pull opportunity and good people towards you. Everything else is just hollow noise. Look at the great con artists of history, Charles Ponzi, Bernie Madoff. These men were the ultimate networkers. They were charming. They were charismatic. They built incredible circles of influence. Everyone wanted to be in business with them, and it was all built on a foundation of lies. It was a house of cards. Their networks were worthless because the node at the center, the person themselves, was rotten. Now, compare that to a quiet craftsman, a brilliant engineer, someone who just sits in a room and builds something of undeniable value. They don't network, they don't schmooze, they work, and eventually the world beats a path to their door. Their work is their network. Their reputation is their brand. What you are doing is insane. You'll spend an hour crafting the perfect, clever email to some executive you admire, but you won't spend that same hour acquiring a difficult skill that would make that executive want to contact you. You're standing outside a beautiful mansion, begging to be let in, instead of spending your time and energy learning how to build your own damn house. Here is your new rule, the inversion test. Instead of asking, how can I get that promotion? How can I get that person to notice me? You must invert the question. Ask, what kind of person would deserve that promotion? What skills would they have? What would their reputation be? What are their daily habits? How do they treat people? And then, shut up and go become that person. The rest will take care of itself. Your homework for this truth is an act of subtraction. For the next 30 days, you are banned from networking. No cold outreach. No can I pick your brain emails. No coffee meetings with strangers. You are to take all of that time, all of that social energy, and channel it into one thing, creating a piece of work that speaks for itself. Write a brilliant analysis of your industry. Build a small piece of software that solves a real problem. Create a project so good, so valuable, that it becomes your ambassador. Let your work do the talking. So there you have it, the 3 truths. Stop chasing passion. Become a machine of reliability. Stop being a one-trick pony. Build a latticework of mental models. Stop networking. Start deserving. This path is not glamorous. It will not make you famous by 25. It will not get you on the cover of a magazine by 30. It is a slow, quiet, methodical process of removing stupidity from your life. But I can make you this promise. If you follow this path, by the time you're 50, you will be so far ahead of the passionate, specialized networkers that they won't even be in the same race. You'll have freedom. You'll have security. You'll have the respect of the people who matter. Most people have already clicked off. They're gone. They're back to scrolling, looking for the next life hack, the next top 5 stocks, the next quick fix. The fact that you are still listening means you might actually be serious. You understand that the real game is a marathon of not being an idiot. This is what we talk about here. No hype, no predictions, no get-rich-quick nonsense. Just the timeless, rational principles of building a successful life. If that's what you're looking for, you know what to do. That's all from me. Now go do the hard, boring work that actually matters.